Hi guys, welcome back to Master B online tutorial video. And this video will teach you how to know the spare parts for each front focus Vega-Jet DDG printer. And this is very important also. If you don't know the function and name for each spare parts, so when you get some problems when you call Master B, what this, what that, I cannot understand what you're talking. So please read and follow my video to know the function for each spare parts, okay? So let's start. When you get the machine, you can see there's a tab here and also a tab here. And this is very important. You cannot power on the machine before you remove it. So okay, so now I'll teach you the spare parts for each. Let's go from the front. So when we see the front, there's the control panel. There's a control panel. It will show the printer status for printing or yellow. And this is also the button for each function. This is for set the margin and pause, backward, cancel, left, right, and enter, confirm, front for move to front, and clean and test, print. Normally, we only use these 4 buttons, backward, forward, left, and right. And also, all these functions we can also control from the software. Now, this is just for backup. And also, this the images button is for images using. Once you get some problems, such as the print head gets scratched, or the mid up not stop, or front not stop, you can push down automatically, immediately. And then when you push down, you need to lower it and pull up to reboot again. So remember, push down is for cut down, and pull up is for reboot, power on again. So this is the emergency button. And also we can see here this sensor named front limit sensor. And inside at the bottom there's the metal to detect this metal. So once this detect the parts get detected by the sensor like this, so on the table we automatically stop to protect the fabric will not move out of position. And this the linear layer, left, right. This machine we use the high configuration by 2 linear layer, but not normally the ball screw. And also this the belt for driver the table moving, and also this the brush steer hold box for hold the t-shirt, put in the waist t-shirt inside, and also this the table to put a t-shirt on the surface for print, and also the cover to make sure the t-shirt surface get flat. And also this the carriage, all of this named the carriage. Inside we'll see inside there are print head and some ink dampers and tubers. And also this the cap station have 2 caps. Later we introduce you what's the name and function for each. And when we go to the top, we can see there's also the linear layer to drive the carriage move from left to right and normal printing, and also the belt for carriage. And also inside here, this is very important, the transparent film named the Inc film. And this film must keep it clean and without scratch or dirty. So you need to clean the Inc film. Sometimes if you get dirty or scratch, you need to change it. And this the tank churn. Inside have some ink tuber and the cables. And also on top, inside they have the up-down motor. And also this is the cable to supply for the power, supply for the up-down motor, and also the up limit sensor. So this is the up limit sensor. When the table move up and down, it will stop it to move out of position. And when we go here, we can see there's the 5 different ink tank for different color. The first one is black, cyan, magenta, yellow, and white ink. Totally five ink tank. And also, when we go to the back side, we will see also some spare parts you need to know. Okay, when we go to the right side of the machine, we will see there's the button here, and there's a mark here named the white ink circulation. And this is the white ink circulation button. When you push down, it will power on the white ink circulation. And also inside, there's also some spare parts, the time controller. It will let you set how many seconds to make circulation, how many seconds. And also, this one is the waste ink tank inside. And you can loosen the two screws, you can take it out and release it. And this is the value to open or close. If the white ink tank is full, you need to open it and open the cover and release it. So this is the waste ink tuber and the waste ink tank at the right side of the machine. And also this is the ink tank as we said before. Okay, so when we go to the back side of the machine, at the left side we can see this is the cable to supply the single and power for the up-down motor here. This up-down motor inside, and this the both screw go with the linear rear to drive the table up and down moving. And this is the print head cable from the print head to the board, the main board, carriage board here. And so this inside of this box inside is the carriage board system. So when we go back side of the machine, we can see there's the back limit sensor here to protect that the table move out of back side position. And also the motor, the flapped motor, and also the machine mark here, and the USB port, and power port, and also the general power switch here. And also the left side ball screw go with the linear rear to drive the flap it move and down, up and down. And also when we go here, you can also see there's the label mark here. This is the serial number. You can see the serial number clearly here. And from this serial number, you can get the machine model for serial number and the model for this machine. So when we get a problem, we can talk with the focus support team and tailor us the serial number so you can get support. So this is serial number for the machine. And this spare part is the up limit sensor to protect the print head not scratched by the meter or T-shirt. This is the send, and at the right side is the receive. This is the receive. So one send, one receive, and this is the laser sensor to protect print head. And there are three screw installed at the bottom of the print T-shirt pallet. 1, 2, 3 at the left, and also 3 at the right side. And this 6 screw is used for adjust the flat bit, vertical and horizontal, to make sure different angle and each position the thickness between the print head and T-shirt surface is the same. So if you get the printed head, if you get the table is not vertical, not flat, you can adjust each screw to make the flat at each position. Okay, after you know the function for each spare parts, then we can start to do the calibration and installation. So first, we need to find out the tape, the fasten tape here to lock the print head belt to protect it's not damaged during delivery. We find out and use the scissors to cut it carefully. Be careful to not damage the belt. And after we cut it, we can check if the table moves backwards and forward freely. And now no need to power on the machine. We just pop off the machine and check the movement first. Be sure everything is okay. Then we can also release the carriage belt here. This is also the belt to protect the carriage not moving or damaged during delivery. And also we cut it. Okay, so after you cut down the belt, you can release the carriage, and you can just check, move the carriage from left to right and right to left to be sure we are not blocked the carriage moving. And also when we move the carriage out of home position, here we can also see some spare parts of the cap station. So the first one, this is the cap, ink cap for white ink print head, and ink cap for color print head, and also the wiper to wipe the waste ink that stay at the surface of print head after every cleaning solution, after every cleaning behavior. And also here is the protection spare parts to protect the carriage. We are not moving out of home position, and also to pull the carriage move up to keep weight like this. And you just check, you pull and release your finger to check if it will automatically go back like this. So if you pull up but it stay here but cannot go back automatically, that means the cap station gets some problems. Must be sure it have the tension. And also when you move the carriage from left to right back home, and here automatically be locked to keep weight print head. So this is very important. If you get a problem from the cap station, the first you cannot suck the ink out for printing. You cannot get a good print result. And also if it leak air between the cap station and the print head, you will get some print head clog problems. So this double check is very important for using and maintaining the printer. And also here is the home limit sensor here. And this is the home limit sensor to protect the carriage move out of home position. When it moves to right, and the sensor gets detected by the metal at the bottom of the carriage to protect the print head and the carriage move out of home position. And when we go to the bottom of the carriage, we can see there's the ink film and sensor, ink sensor here. And it must be sure the film, this is the film, this is the sensor. And it must be sure the ink film is stay at the middle, at the left side, the right side, up and down, at the middle of the sensor. That means the sensor cannot be, that means the film cannot be scratched by every position of the sensor or any spare parts. Must keep the sensor clean without scratch, and it must be at the middle. If the sensor out of the sensor, if the film out of the position of the middle of the sensor, we get a problem to power the machine or printing. So this is very important. This is the ink sensor or ink film. Must double check if you get a problem, and it get clean, it get dirty or a scratch, must be changed or clean.